Alrighty, everybody. So we're back. It's the CJ and Fitz Show.
CJ.
I'm Fitz, and I just want to start out. Man, I hyped this up, right? This is the second week streaming live, and what happens? My dinosaur computer needs an update like 5 minutes before the stream happens. So we're 15 minutes late. It is just, it's rough, man. It's rough. Yeah. So. We got some fun stuff to talk about today. We got last week it was a really good experience with the questions that were coming in, So we actually set up a whole Q&A segment for the show. So if you got any really good questions this week, be sure to share those during that part. That was really a driving force of last week's show. So
we really enjoyed it. So appreciate it.
Yeah, and our last week's video is up to
100.
It's up to 100 views now. So that's I don't know, for anybody out there that's just starting out YouTubing, podcasting, whatever. Dude, 100 views, that's like a milestone for me. I'm probably 99 of those views, but it's still, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, man. All right, dude, let's jump into it, man. You got the week 3 recap, the highs and the lows, right? Let's just You want to just kind of run through it, let's recap week 3. What was a highlight for you?
One of the highlights was Matthew Stafford against the Bucs. He torched that defense. He went off. He was 27 out of 38 for 343 and 4 touchdowns. So that secondary was exposed.
Yeah, it was so exposed that they actually signed Richard Sherman today, right? So, no, that's a great point, man. For me, you hyped him up last week. You did. You were like, Matt Stafford, league MVP. And is it so crazy to think that that's all LA needed? It's all the Rams needed. Where it was, I don't want to say. How do I say this? I don't think Jared Goff's a bad quarterback. I just don't think maybe he was vibing in that system. However, 2 years ago, he's in the Super Bowl with that system. So I think out of all of it, I'm just super excited to see Matt Stafford,
So that makes a ton of difference too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that Matt Stafford is just, having a great season so far. I think he was always just under the radar because of what was happening in Detroit, right?
Right.
So, another high. I really liked Sam Darnold Thursday Night Football against Houston. I thought he looked sharp. I thought he looked confident. I know Houston's not, the greatest football team right now, but he looked real confident, man. DJ Moore is really starting to emerge as a number one, a true number one receiver. Hubbard stepped up with CMC going down. Carolina's not playing the toughest opponents right now, but they look like a really complete team, man. And I'm excited when they face off against Tampa Bay, right? So Tampa Bay's the head of that division, and I'm just
see how they play.
Yeah, well, they're not the head of the division. They're technically Carolina's winning or the head of the division, I think, right now. But it's a
they don't play until week 16 though.
No, that can't be right. What are they?
Yeah.
No, Tampa Bay and Carolina have to play
Yeah, they do. Week 16 and 18.
week 16 and 8. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I should have checked that. That's kind of ridiculous. So you're gonna travel there and then travel back a week later, 2 weeks later?
No.
I don't know. That's some iffy scheduling. So, I mean, I guess you'll see the. I mean, that could almost be the division right there, man. You know, like.
Yep.
Nothing. I mean, the Saints are playing well too. Their secondary is getting back to healthy again. You know, not having Lattimore week 2 against Carolina. You know, so I'm gonna jump into one of my week 3 lows here, and I know talking to you like offline here, like I've been hyping this up, man, and it is just, you know, it is just driving me nuts. The situation in Chicago, right? Now I know it's no secret to anybody that's paying attention to the NFL or the sports right now, like what's actually happening over there. But the part that irks me so much is how do you not back your rookie quarterback in that situation, right? So earlier this week, I think it was Monday, Matt Nagy comes out and he's like, I don't know who's going to start next week. It might be Andy Dalton, might be Nick Foles, could be Justin Fields, right? And where my stance on it right now, if you didn't think Justin Fields was ready last week, then you play Nick Foles.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because now all you're doing to this kid's confidence is just destroying it. You know what I mean? Justin, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. We're gonna sit you. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like I don't believe in that mentality. Like, I mean, if you're gonna back somebody, if your organization backs them, and you're saying I back you, I support you, we're going in you because we're gonna draft you in the first round. You know what I mean?
That Lion gave up 9 sacks.
Yeah.
That play calling was.
And that's the other thing I don't understand.
Bad.
Play to their strengths, right? Greg Roman in Baltimore is a phenomenal offensive coordinator for Baltimore because he calls plays to Lamar's strengths, right?
Right.
Now, I'm not comparing the two quarterbacks. Lamar is a former league MVP, all right? Like, there's no comparison at all. But I'm just saying, with a backfield that's depleted,
yep,
and to be able to call and get success out of your core, I mean, that's how it's done, man. You know what I mean? That's how it's done. And I mean, if I'm Matt Nagy, excuse me, is this thing on? I want to apologize to the Chicago fans and to this organization. I, as a head coach, did not do my job this week, and I'll make sure I do it better next week. You know what I mean? Like, and he didn't. But now
so
he's.
Do you sit Phil's for the next coming weeks?
No, absolutely not, dude. You can't. You can't. You're gonna end up with a Dwayne Haskins situation. It's only comparable because they're both Ohio State quarterbacks here. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's gonna happen. You know, a Josh Rosen or I'm just trying to think of all these, you know, these backs coming out number one that they're given just this much and then it's taken away from them. You know what I mean? No, listen, your team is not.
So they should have never played him. They should have put Nick Foles in.
They should have absolutely played Nick Foles. If you didn't think Justin Fields was ready, then you should not have played him. Period. Because now you're telling everybody that I still don't think he's ready. Now, if you didn't think, like, that means you never thought he was ready.
Exactly.
So those are my lows. I do. Sorry, I didn't mean to start this off super negative. You know, I want to get to a high though, and I started praising them last week, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I think they almost got something there, man. I really like Detroit's front four. I do. Last week they put a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. This week they get 4 sacks against Lamar. You know, they're putting pressure on him. He turns the ball over. I mean, granted, he still threw for 267, I think it was. Like, he threw for over 250 yards, touchdown.
57.
And he rushed
58.
For 58 yards, right? But still, man, I mean, to hold that offense, to hold such a elite and electrifying player like him to, 16 points, and then the no time field goal, like
He's a Hall of Famer, Justin
Tucker, like, yeah, man, I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I'm truly hoping for Detroit and for the Detroit fan base, and for Dan Campbell, newly head coach, like, yeah, I'm hoping that organization, I'm hoping that football team turns it around, and I'm hoping for Jared Goff, right? I mean, he just needs some more help. I think DeAndre Swift is a dynamic back. I don't think he's a
Jamal Williams.
they're tag teaming pretty well. TJ Hawkinson is proving himself to be the next elite tight end in this league. If you even want to call him a tight end, I don't know. Like, I just don't understand the positioning anymore, because this dude is basically just a big physical receiver, man. That's maybe a little bit slower than a wide receiver, right? Like,
but still fast.
Oh yeah, I know, but like, so yeah, man, I think Detroit is just, a few players probably down in the trenches there that away, they do need another wide receiver. They need a number 1 wide receiver. So
I think they'll either go out and sign one or draft one. So
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, maybe do both, draft one and bring in a veteran. Let's talk about the Chargers Kansas City game.
Right.
So last week we see Baltimore absolutely take Tyreek Hill out of the game, right? I mean, as much as you can take Tyreek Hill out of a game, right? This week you see, the Chargers do the same thing, but now, so they basically double covered Kelsey and Tyreek Hill the whole game, right? And now you're forcing one of those other receivers, and you could see it by the targets and the receptions. Mecole Hardman, Robinson, Pringle. So now you're forcing you're forcing these other players to step up and be the player, right? And the crazy thing about it is that, like, they were still in that game, dude. They were still in the game. So now you just need one of those 3 guys to emerge. They gotta emerge and be the number 2. And yeah, I think you got some really interesting things happening over there in the AFC West. You really do. I mean, I would have never thought at week 3 you'd see Kansas City at the bottom of that division.
I mean, Justin Herbert goes into Arrowhead and beats them
Right?
with with a last minute drive. You know how much confidence he's going to have now?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, the kid was, he's offensive rookie of the year last year. Like he's full of confidence now. I mean, let's talk Mike Williams, dude. What a game Mike Williams had. Like, and that's what you want to see. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you want to see out of your number twos, man. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in that division. I think Denver has a really, really good squad. I like the way their defense is playing. I know that they played the Jets. The Jets are not on fire right now.
Well, they get a true test this coming week against Baltimore. So
yeah. But, they lose Jerry Jeudy. Tim Patrick steps up. Teddy's looking good, right? So Teddy's not playing elite football. He's not, but like, you don't need,
and that's what counts.
You need to get the job done. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite quarterbacks, the get the job done quarterback, right? Alex Smith, dude.
Yep.
Alex Smith was. I mean, that's
game management.
Yeah, man, and don't turn the ball over. Like Teddy Bridgewater's playing great, and then there's Las Vegas, and I like what the Raiders are doing, right? I do. They're winning games. Some of them they're winning by the skin of their teeth. And then you almost want to be like, oh man, they lit up Pittsburgh, but then this week Cincinnati goes and lights up Pittsburgh. So does that even justify that win anymore? You know what I mean?
Still trying to figure out how they beat Buffalo.
Oh, Pittsburgh week 1? Dude, it's week 1, man. Crazy things happen week 1. No, they're front four. Dude, they have 4 first-round draft picks. And their front four. They have the talent there. And they're simply just not executing, I mean, and then, excuse me, but it'll come, dude. You can't count Pittsburgh out. You really never can. I mean, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
Joe Burrow had a good game.
Joe Burrow had a great game. Jamar Chase had a great game. I like that stuff. I mean, I love that stuff. I love competitive divisions. I really do. Cleveland's playing great. Cincy's playing great. Baltimore's winning. Pittsburgh is still Pittsburgh. No matter, they're just one of those teams that just have they have respect on their name, dude. You have to respect them. All right? They do. They have a great front four. They have a young, talented running back who's really starting to emerge. I mean, yeah.
Do you think this is Big Ben's final year?
I don't know. And if it is, do they draft or do they ride with Mason Rudolph?
Oh, they're drafting.
You think they're drafting? I mean,
I think there'll be enough talent in the first.
Mason Rudolph was, projected to go in the first round. He fell to the second round to them. Actually, I think they actually might have drafted him in the third round. I mean, Mason Rudolph, James Washington College, Oklahoma State, they were pretty dynamic, dude. And they're on the same team again here in the NFL, but James Washington hasn't emerged at all as a threat. So I don't know. So let's get into some news and updates. Why don't you take it away, man?
You talked about Richard Sherman being signed with Tampa. And then also there was a trade for CJ Henderson to help out that Carolina defense because they lost J.C. Horn for the year, I believe, with a broken foot. So, I mean, he was a top 10 pick a couple years ago. So,
and he was starting off the year pretty hot too.
So,
there was also news broke today. I don't think it's official yet, but so James White's.
Oh yeah, he's out for a year.
Yeah, James White hip injury. So that's the second hip injury that we've seen this year, which is rare. You know what I mean? So I mean, you have Phitz. So Phitz is just on IR, and then you have now James White. I mean, so this is becomes a real opportunity for Stevenson, the rookie. You know, I mean, week 1 he comes out, he fumbles it, and he's been inactive now for the last 2 weeks. So, you know, does Bill give him another shot here?
Well, you have to.
You have to, right? I mean, he had a phenomenal preseason. So,
Josh Gordon to the Chiefs. I don't know how much, but I mean, maybe that's what they're talking. Like, you know, what I was talking about there. They need another guy to step up. Is it really Josh Gordon? I mean, how old is he now? He's 31. I have no clue. I don't even know the last time he's played. 2 years ago.
Yeah, with Seattle, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, want to jump over to the Q&A segment. Just want to get this link out here real quick. So we got a viewer out there right now. We got any questions you want to ask us for this week or upcoming or the entire season? You know, jump on into the Q&A portion of the podcast here. Well, you know what? We're gonna transition back to the Q&A. Yeah, maybe we'll get some viewers out there.
So we'll go through our picks.
Yeah, let's jump into it, dude.
I know it doesn't show on the screen. We'll have it, but I'm 17 and 15, and he's 15.
Oh no, I got it, bro.
Oh, you got it?
So we're moving into week 4 picks here. Week 4 picks currently. So if you guys didn't tune into last week, last week we actually skipped week 2. It just wasn't a good week for us. So we tuned in last week 3 picks. So these are so we're just gonna keep going from here. So we still haven't quite decided what is going to happen to the loser. And what's that?
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Okay. I currently am losing, so I hope we just keep postponing this. But yeah, so currently I am 15 and 17. And however, I've had some great upsets so far. I picked the Chargers over Kansas City last week. And I also picked Cincinnati over Minnesota. We have Jake tuning in. Let's jump back to our Q&A here. Jake, welcome to the stream, dude. Throw in some questions.
About them Broncos.
Come on, Jake. I know you're still watching. Jalen Hurts legit. I'll let you take this away. You're the NFC East expert.
It's hard to tell right now because I think he has the potential, but it didn't show this past Monday. So
you want
I can be.
You want to know what I see?
What?
I see Varsity Blues, oop-de-oop offense. All right, I do. I mean, I see it's the Sooners' air raid offense. You know, big throws. I'm not seeing consistency out of it. I'm not seeing timing plays.
I mean, this is still it's only his second year, so.
It is. I mean, it's his second year. I think they need more over there still. They can't establish the run.
Yeah, they only ran the ball 3 times against Dallas.
Well, I mean, you kind of had to throw it though. So, next question from Jake is Zach Wilson the future? The future of Zach Wilson.
This is all you.
So, here's what I'm going to say. In 3 years, they will be drafting another quarterback. And it's not going to be Zach Wilson's fault. It's not. It's the system. It's the system. I mean, for those of you just tuning in, like I kind of highlighted Sam Darnold and the success that he's, it's limited success that he's having in Carolina right now. But this guy looks like a completely different quarterback than he did with the New York Jets. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have any weapons for him.
I think it has a lot to do with the head coach, but as a system as a whole.
No, it goes to the top,
Yeah.
Like,
right.
And I know that the Jets are rebuilding. Head coach, this is his first year coaching, but even like they're missing all the parts. And if you want somebody to be successful, you either, if they back him, if they back Zach Wilson, right, and they just let it ride, you know what I mean? They go get him some weapons. They go get him the support that he needs. Like, yeah, I don't even think it's really fair right now to even make an assumption on Zach Wilson. But if they do not make changes in that organization and the way they draft players, develop them, etc., yeah, 3 years they'll be drafting another quarterback. Zach Wilson will be walking on his 4th year. No 5th year, no 5th year option. Like, and it sucks. It sucks for young quarterbacks going there. And I don't know. For the sake of the AFC East, I hope some of these young quarterbacks start to emerge as something just to make it competitive. Because there's nothing more than I love competitive divisions, man. The NFC East, is even the AFC or even the NFC, the NFC East and the NFC West. I'm sorry. You want to talk about like competitive divisions. The Mac Jones first time week 4 highlighted game. Yeah, I don't think it's a highlighted game.
Oh, it's a prime time.
It's a primetime game because it's Tom Brady coming back to New England. All right. Everyone's talking about Tom Brady coming. Let's not forget Gronk is coming back to New England too. But if Tom Brady is the person that he is and the character that he is, I'm sure that he's going to have some real encouraging words for Mac Jones. And I don't think you can really count out Mac Jones yet. I mean, you can't count out any of these rookie quarterbacks. It's only week 3 of their rookie season, but
Yeah,
I mean, if there was a quarterback that's in the best position right now, a rookie quarterback in the best position, it's going to be Mac Jones. Because even with Tom Brady and Gronk leaving and the somewhat of a rebuild that they had last year, this year, you know, New England is still one of the most organized and structured organizations in the league. Like, I mean, you saw some things out of Mac Jones and Jacoby Myers this week. Like, you see that duo. It's starting to heat up a little bit, you know? So, yeah, I'm excited for Mac Jones' future. I am. If there is a young quarterback that could operate that system, the quick passing, you know, Josh McDaniels loves the getting the ball out of their hands quick. Like, I think he's going to be the most successful rookie out of this group. I do. So.
I'm going to disagree with that.
You're going to disagree?
Yeah, I think Trey Lance, who hasn't even
Yeah, I mean,
got much playing time.
I almost feel like Shanahan is gun shy on that, right? Because Trey Lance's escapability, his mobility, all that stuff is actually kind of it's counterproductive to what San Francisco does, which is run the ball, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, you're talking, you know, I mean, I'm just your average Joe, like, thinking about it here. You put Trey Lance in, dude, I'm crowding the box, man. You know what I mean? I am. Like, I'm gonna force this kid to make throws. I'm gonna force him out of the pocket, and okay, I take it back. I think you're right. I think Trey Lance can be the most successful quarterback out of there. I think Kyle Shanahan needs to develop something for him. You know what I mean? And he's a great offensive mind, and I'm sure that he can. But, you know, this goes back to what I was saying last week, man. Like, you want to run the ball, pass it. Right? You want to run the ball, pass it. And you see, I mean, it's crazy to say this. Like, Deebo Samuel is up there. Hold on, I'm getting to this, Jake. That's a great question. Deebo Samuel's up there in receiving yards right now, right? Like, he's one of the top receivers in the league. However, Jimmy G's not throwing the ball great, right? Like, I mean, you saw the one interception. I mean, he just totally just threw it up there for grabs. The safety's over top. I mean, he read it like it was like a punt return for him. You know what I mean? Like, so does Jimmy G? Jake's asking, does Jimmy G get traded?
Man, it's tough.
At the end of this year, Jimmy G gets traded.
If they see what Trey Lance's potential is, like if something happens and Jimmy is not able to play, and Trey comes in and he has, you know, a run of 3 or 4 games and he's doing all right, yes, I do see him getting traded.
I mean, is this like a Mahomes type thing, right?
Yeah.
So like Alex Smith's there, Mahomes comes in week 15, week 16 as the backup, you know, because they already secured the playoff spot. Throws the rock around a little bit. Boom. Alex Smith's traded to Washington. I believe he was traded, or he was cut loose and then signed with Washington. So it's going to be a very, very similar situation to that, Jake. So, all right, Jake, thanks for tuning.
That division, I could see that happening too.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 weeks of the season, so.
Thanks for the great questions, Jake. We're gonna roll into our next segment here. We're gonna get into our picks. So we kind of we're getting ready to start it off, and then Jake started asking some great questions, so we skipped over to our Q&A, and now we're going to go back to our Week 4 picks here. So just to keep you guys up to date, I'm 15-17 in my picks. CJ is 17-15. Clearly the better picker than I am. I'm actually in an elimination pool, and I only got one pick left, or I'm completely eliminated.
Who did you? Well,
I took the Giants over. I took the Giants over Atlanta. They were home. Atlanta hasn't been playing great, and unfortunately, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, they all got hurt during the game. Saquon even got hurt. He came back, but everyone was hurt. I'm hoping Kadarius Toney kind of steps up this week. Maybe they start finding a role for him in that offense. So, all right, man. So,
first game.
Yeah, let's roll into it. So tomorrow night you got
Cincinnati and Jaguars.
Yeah, who are you taking?
Just to give you about the injuries. T. Higgins is out again. Jamar Chase stepped up big time last week against the Steelers. So I still haven't understood Trevor Lawrence and this offense yet, so I'm taking Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cincinnati too, and I want to comment on that real fast. Like, I don't really understand what's going on with that offense either. I don't know. Maybe you can find the stat for me. Like, what percentage of his snaps are from under center, and what are in shotgun? So that's the only reason I ask is because this kid didn't take a single snap from under center in college at all, right? It's again, back to, you want your rookies to succeed, you have to play to their strengths. James Robinson had a great game though. I mean, he did. He had 15 carries, 88 yards, touchdown. He was out there catching the ball. Like, they have a pretty great young running back. He really emerged last year, and they have talented receivers. And yeah, I don't know what's happening there. So yeah, I'm going to take Cincinnati too. So moving on to the next game. I don't know if you have the schedule. I was just going to read off the schedule that I have in front of me. I don't want to mess with you. So I got Houston at Buffalo.
I mean, we didn't talk about it as one of the highest, but man, that defense is on point right now. They had what did they? It was like 2 interceptions, a forced fumble. I mean, I know they're playing against Miami last week, right?
They played against Washington last week.
Washington? Yeah, that's right. Miami before. But yeah, this is Houston. I'm taking the Bills in a blowout.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills too. I think their defense just, they do a really good job of hiding their coverage. They got an elite nickel in Tron Johnson, and Davis Mills is a rookie quarterback. I don't know. I don't really have any much more to say about this game here. So yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo here.
Stepped up.
Emmanuel Sanders had a great game last. You know what I mean? And that's again, this is what you want out of your number 2, right?
And Zach Moss, who didn't play week 1, had a a great game. So
Yeah, I mean, ever since the Miami game, I mean, I think you start to see a lot more of Zach Moss here. So before we continue here, Jim chimes in real quick. This is back to the Jacksonville and Cincinnati game. Jim asks, is the NFL too different for Urban Meyer? You are the college expert out of us, so you let me know what you think.
I just it's hard for college coaches to come in and win in the NFL. Like I believe Nick Saban tried it and didn't work out. Chip Kelly it didn't work out. It's just I don't see him winning in Jacksonville at all.
Yeah, I mean, college is such a it's just a different playing field, man. As ready as you want to get these players to get to the next level, college is very unfair playing grounds, man. It is, I mean, year after year you see these big schools at the top of the rankings, and you recruit the best talent available,
right?
And you don't have the best talent available in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to make a 54-man roster with talent and depth, right? Like,
yes.
And I just, and just to, well, you're gonna have to take over on the games because I just dropped my my sheet. But anyways, so you got this.
You can pick it up.
Yeah, I know. All right, but I'm in the zone right now. Okay, leave me alone. Let's put it in this perspective, right? You got a 5-star recruit playing wide receiver. 5-star recruit gets hurt.
You got another 5-star recruit that takes this.
Right. So here you have, you have. Oh man, I don't even know the receivers off the top of my head here. But it's just.
Yeah. For Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You got DJ Chark, Chenault, and then Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones has actually been.
Marvin Jones is balling, dude. He is having a great season right now. So, but all right, take those 3 guys away. Who do you got?
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Before you go out and you have to sign somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they say the NFL is the top, it's the top level. It is. But, like, NFL is looking for totally different players and attributes and skill sets. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Adam Thielen's a great story, a great success story, right? Dude's playing D2 college, and now he's one of the best receivers in the league. You know what I mean? He wasn't a 5-star recruit. He was even probably a 1-star recruit. Like, so yeah, Jim, I hope we answered this question. Is it too different for Urban Meyer? Absolutely, because he's not surrounded by talent. He has to find talent, and I think it's way different, man. I really do. All right, back to the Week 4 picks. We did, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, Houston, Buffalo. Like, what's
next?
What's next?
Oh, you want me?
Yeah, let me.
I thought you were gonna pull out your sheet.
Let me just get my phone here. Sorry. Washington at Atlanta.
I think Washington comes back this week, and Atlanta's defense is pretty bad right now, And I just think Washington has enough weapons on the offense to get the job done. And
Yeah.
their defense is going to step up this coming week. So I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington too. I think they have a huge bounce back this week, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Can I have a bold prediction? Fitz's bold prediction. I think my boy Jarrett Patterson finally gets him off. Yeah, I think he finally gets in the game this week. You know, he's been playing special teams. You know, I think he had 1 or 2 offensive snaps week 1. I think they start to use him here this week. So, yeah, I'm going to take Washington. All right, here we go.
I just don't think their corners can stop their receivers. And then, like you say, their running backs. They have 3 good running backs that can catch the ball. So I think that's where the advantage comes into play.
Did you see that the screen from Antonio Gibson last week against the Bills?
Was it 75?
Yeah.
75 yards?
Yeah. And it was all him, man. Like, it wasn't. Yeah, it was all. I mean, that was an effort, an amazing effort by him. And then at the end of the play, dude, he dives 5 yards to touch the pylon, right? Like, it was just dude, they have some of the best. Yeah. They have some of the best running backs in the game right now. I mean, McKissick is a very versatile player, and I'm expecting Jarrett Patterson to slowly begin to fill this role, and I think we start to see that this week. I really do. So, at least I hope so. Next game is Detroit at Chicago.
Man.
I'm going to take it right here.
Go ahead.
This is it. I mean, this is Detroit gets their first win of the season, and it's not because whoever's going to be at quarterback. I just think this is finally the week that they break through, man. Like I keep saying, their front four is really good, man. It really is, and yeah, I'm expecting Detroit to step it up this week. Divisional games, everyone plays a little bit harder in divisional games. Like,
so you're going with Detroit?
Yeah, I'm going with Detroit.
All right. I'm going to take Chicago. And the reason is, I think they're going to use Montgomery, and he's just going to have a field day out there. That's how I'm going to go about it. I don't even know who's playing at QB. It doesn't matter.
I don't think anybody knows who's playing at QB.
So,
Are you basing this all because of Adams' performance week 2 or whatever, Green Bay? Or Aaron Jones' Adams. Where the hell did I get the name Devontae Adams? My bad. Aaron Jones is.
And he had like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns. It was like 2 rushing, 2 receiving. Like.
So I just think they involve Montgomery more this coming week than last week. You know, having Justin Fields run for his life. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Yeah. All right. Carolina at Dallas. I know who you're taking. It's on your shirt.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to take Carolina here. I just think they're consistent. I mean, dude, I'm gonna. Hello, attention viewers. I'm going to ride this Sam Darnold train until it stops. All right. I'm so excited for the kid. Like, he's playing great ball right now. That offense is moving. DJ Moore is awesome, even without CMC there, dude. Like, Hubbard stepped up. He wasn't a stud like CMC, but when his number was called, he made the play. And
he still got the yards and the touches he needed.
So I'm going to take Carolina here. Indianapolis at Miami.
Jeez. Let me look at the injury report real quick. So, I mean, I wanna take the Colts, but you know what? I'm gonna take the Colts.
We have a comment from one of our viewers who says, "Not Indy." No, I'm gonna take Miami here.
Is he a Miami fan?
No, he's a Colts fan.
Oh, he is a Colts fan?
Yep.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with Indy. They get their first win. Yeah.
You know why I'm gonna take Miami? It's a Jacoby Brissett revenge game.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Nah, all right. So you got MIA.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's 3 straight games we picked different.
Cleveland at Minnesota. So go ahead. We got a new segment of our show here, and it's called Kapow!
CJ's upset pick of the week.
All right.
And are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm taking Minnesota against Cleveland. I know they came out last week, had 9 sacks. The defense was all over the place. But Kirk Cousins is playing really good football. And I just think with Cousins and Jefferson and Thielen, and even if Alexander Madison, if he plays, I'm taking Minnesota over Cleveland this coming week.
All right, I'm gonna take Cleveland here, and I think Chubb and Hunt just keep doing what they're doing. So,
Chelsea.
Giants at New Orleans.
I'm taking New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm gonna take New Orleans too.
I don't even know. I was looking at the Giants schedule. Like they play the Saints, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Panthers, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Bucks, and then they got Philly. Philly could be their first win if they don't get one by then. That's a hard schedule.
Yeah. I'm gonna take New Orleans here as well. I don't know, man. I rode the Jets train, I rode the Giants train last week, and it
got you.
And it got me. So I just lost faith in them, and they're in New Orleans. It's hard to play in the Superdome. Tennessee at the Jets.
Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee, even though A.J. Brown and Julio are both questionable. I just think Derrick Henry, they don't even need a pass. Just give them the run.
Yeah. So week 2, Chris Carson did put up some good numbers against Tennessee, and so we're actually gonna jump into Fitz's fantasy formula here. I'm gonna say play Michael Carter this week. It's it's going to be a slow game, like you just said. Jones, Brown, both questionable. Derrick Henry's going to be running the rock. And, yeah, I think it's going to be a real slow game. I think Michael Carter gets a lot of touches. I think they want to maybe slow Zach Wilson down just a little bit. Let the game come to him a little bit. Play Michael Carter this week. I think it's a good pick.
So he's on my fantasy team. You telling me I should play him against you?
I mean, yeah. No, yes, do it, please. No, I'm serious. No, play him. I think he has a great week, man. I really do.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, and all benefit to Zach Wilson here. I know he's been this turnover machine, but Tennessee's secondary is not very good. I think the Jets still lose, but I think the Jets start moving the ball this week against Tennessee. I really do. And Michael Carter's going to be a nice red zone threat, man.
I like it.
Jim comments in Corey Davis, another revenge game.
I like that.
Yeah. That's a good comment there, Jim. That's a good point.
Against this, the dude's name's called Jack Rabbit Jenkins, but he's like rated. I'm serious. So yeah,
Devon Shillerham. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself, bro. Oh, man. All right. Thanks for that. I needed that. All right. We spent way too much time on the Jets, dude. Kansas City at Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas City.
Okay, me too. Moving on.
I just don't see them losing another one.
I don't see him losing another one either. And as big as an arm as Hurts has, and as much as they love throwing it downfield, I don't know. I mean, I think
because they got the Bills next weekend on the prime time, so I think this is I wouldn't say a must-win game, but they need this win. So.
Oh yeah. And I just
stay with that.
Anybody that's doubting Kansas City right now because they lost 2 in a row, I mean, you're nuts. So,
yeah.
Seattle at San Francisco.
I'm gonna take Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle too.
And they lost this past weekend to Minnesota. And I just think Russ is going to get that offense clicking a little bit better. And then I'm taking Seattle. You taking Seattle too?
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle too. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good against them last week. And, yeah, I'd like to see Seattle just get back on board there. And then again, it's a divisional matchup. That division's super tight right now. It's always really tight. Yeah, it's going to be a head-to-head that Seattle takes, So, all right, Baltimore at Denver. I almost want to call this like my game of the week. Because I just want to see, and you kind of hinted towards it earlier. I want to see how legit is Denver. And
yes, of the season. Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take Denver here. I'm going to take Denver here just because, I mean, now you've seen it. Detroit zeroed in on their game plan. Denver's probably going to do the same thing. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
All right.
I just want to see how good this Denver team is.
Pittsburgh at Green Bay.
Green Bay. Aaron's back to his form. Pittsburgh's definitely not in their form. That defense misses TJ Watt so much. Like they were hurting.
Yeah.
And then Ben throws the ball 58 times and Najee Harris was targeted 19 times, which is unreal.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I said it earlier, and I said it earlier in the show. Pittsburgh's going to start clicking here soon. This just isn't the week that it happens. It's tough to go play in Green Bay, man. I mean, it's tough to go play in Heinz Field too, but like, yeah, it's yeah. Tampa Bay at New England. We kind of touched on this earlier.
You missed one. The Rams at the Cardinals.
Okay. Take it.
I'm sticking with my MVP, and I'm taking the Rams. They're playing at the Rams, so
I'm gonna take.
It's gonna be a shootout, and I'm taking the MVP.
I'm gonna take Arizona here, and here's why. I think Kyler Murray's mobility is going to create a lot of
problems.
He's going to create a lot of problems for that defense, and I love improvised plays. You know what I mean? I love plays that are on the run, plays that develop, well after they're supposed to. I'm going to take Kyler Murray in Arizona here. And yeah, Chase Edmonds. I mean, like, we haven't really talked about it, man. But Chase Edmonds is having himself quite the season, dude.
I mean, he doesn't have the touchdowns as James Conner because he's not a goal line back. But he's just being productive, dude. He's being productive in that offense. You know what I mean? He's just another weapon for Kyler Murray. So. Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona here. Arizona at LA. Kyler Murray continues to do what he's been doing all season so far. His mobility is going to create a big issue for that, for the front seven there, and they got some really talented wide receivers, dude. So it's gonna be a shootout, though, absolutely. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if you see LA try to slow the game down. They're going to try to really establish their run. I know I said this last week, and they absolutely just lit up Tampa. But secondary.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona here. Okay. Man, we're not seeing eye to eye a lot this week. This is good. This is gonna make. Hopefully, my record goes up. Your record goes down. Tampa Bay at New England.
Tom Brady comes back home.
Oh, my God. Does Tom Brady come back home? Tom Brady's just...
I am not picking against Tom Brady in this game.
No. I like, you know what comes to mind? You ever see the movie Remember the Titans? Right. So, they're playing the one team, and then the linebacker runs over there, and he points at the coach. You know what I mean? And that's what I like. Not that I think Tom Brady would do that, but it's kind of that same. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's gonna be like, "Nope, not today, Bill." Like, so yeah, I'm gonna take Tampa Bay, and then we got our Monday night game, Vegas in LA.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Chargers after that big win over Kansas City. I think the defense is playing good. Justin Herbert's playing good. Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. So
Yeah, like I kind of, I noted towards it earlier in the show, but like, yeah, Oakland's 3-0. Two of their wins are, overtime wins. Like they're not quite. I don't know. I don't think we see what we've been seeing. Jim comments in. He says Brady's set to break career passing yards in New England this week.
oh, wow.
So, yeah, but no, I'm gonna take the Chargers. I think their defense is really good. They have some really good corners.
Dude, Samuel is playing.
Asante's man, I still can't believe this guy fell to the second round. I still cannot believe that he fell to the second round. I can't. He is playing great football right now. He's so in tune with the game. Like, yeah. I'm really excited for the Chargers in their future, man. I really am. So, all right. I mean, so the show's running a little bit late tonight. We had some technical difficulties in the beginning, and so we just want to some closing statements here. Yeah.
We appreciate everyone that tune in. We love it when you guys ask questions. So that's like our favorite part of the show. So yeah.
Yeah, we really want to work on building our social media. It's a slow start, but we're getting there. But we want to try to figure out a way to bring in guests. You know what I mean? We want to bring you guys in as the viewers. And let's talk about your team. You know what I mean? Let's talk about your team and what's happening there and what you see the future of your team, and or even fantasy. I mean, we haven't really dove into fantasy. It's been kind of a wild year for fantasy. I was really big on Ryan Tannehill this season. I thought he was gonna have a Jim says that Tom Brady is 68 yards from Drew Brees for the all-time record in passing yards.
He's going to get that on the first drive.
Oh man, first play of the game, dude.
Right?
First play of the game. Do you have an injury update on that? Is Antonio Brown cleared from COVID?
Let me go to it real quick. Nah, he's still on COVID.
Yeah. But if there's a guy to do it, it's going to be him.
Right.
So, but no, I mean, back to the closing statements here. I mean, this is our second live show. We're having a lot of fun doing this, even in, even if we were just talking to ourselves, we'd have a lot of fun doing it. But no, we really want to figure out a way to get you guys to call in and let's talk. And we want to hear your opinions and your questions. So I'm thinking that we're going to try to set up a Discord channel. If anybody is not familiar with Discord, it's just another communication platform. That's actually what we're using right now to video chat with each other. So I would like to create a server and have an opportunity for callers to, for people to call in and let's chat. So we'll work through the kinks. We'll get it figured out. But really hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and thanks for watching.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.